In today's video, I am going to be breaking down some Horns basketball plays that you can use at younger ages. These are all very simple and can really confuse your opponent really quickly. Make sure to go check out my Horns basketball playbook that is down in the description below. Now let's get down, let's check these out. Okay, so in this first play, what we are going to do is have player 4 set the screen on player 5, and then player 5 is going to be popping out towards this wing. After that happens, we're going to have player 1, he's going to pass the ball over to player 5, and player 4 is then going to be setting that back screen on player 1. Once that back screen is set, player 1 will cut to the basket, player 5 will be looking for player 1, or player 4 may also be an option to pass to as well from player 5. If neither of these players are open, player 2 can lift up, player 1 fills out, and at this point we can then continue in on the 5-out offense. I've mentioned this many times on my channel, but I really like to finish every single set play with the 5-out. The reason why I like that is because, at least up here in Canada, we have a 24-second shot clock because of FIBA rules, and when it comes to the 24 seconds, you get past half in 6 seconds, you run a play, it takes maybe 6 or 8 seconds. Now you're really only down to another 8, maybe 9 seconds or less. So by running a quick pass and cut or something very simple like that, you will be very successful. And if you want, you can check out my complete guide to the 5-out offense down in the description below. Another very simple Horns basketball play that you can do is a quick pass into the high post, and then you set the back screen or the blind pig screen on player 1. Player 1 will then cut to the basket. He may be open for a layup. If he's not open, he's going to continue through and set the back screen on player 3's man. At this time, player 3 will cut to the basket, and player 5 may be able to hit player 3 with that pass and the layup. If nobody is open, player 2 can fill out, player 1 fills out, player 3 fills out, player 5 can dribble out if he wants. We need to get him away from the key, and now we can go back into that 5-out that I like to finish with. Now, if you are in a league that has zone defenses, you may like this next play, especially against zone defenses. Specifically a 2-3 as we see right here, this can be very successful. So we can have player 1 dribble out towards that right side, which will bring player 1 red out towards that side. At this time, everyone is going to shift. We are then going to be looking to get that pass into player 4. If we can get that pass into player 4, that is going to lift player 5 on defense. That's going to drop player 3 most likely, but usually this drop doesn't happen with younger kids. And as soon as player 4 gets that ball, player 5 is going to be cutting across the key. This can be a bounce pass into player 5, which would then result in a layup. Or if this collapses the defense, you can do the kick out pass way out to player 2 in the corner, and this could be a wide open 3-point shot. This play against any zone defense is insanely deadly, because what will happen, and I'll tell you right now what will happen. Player 5 drops, this first 2, 3, maybe 4 times you run it is going to be an easy layup. You can even really mess with the zone and run it on the opposite side as well. And what happens then is player 5 gets that ball, that list, player 4 crosses, player 5 passes to 4, and then we get the easy layup. You run this 2, 3, maybe 4 times on opposite sides, you're eventually going to be getting player 3 or whoever this corner defender is on this side to drop, to try and take this away. Player 4 may also drop, which means that we could have the pass to the opposite side for a ridiculously wide open 3, or we can have a pass a bit closer for a wide open 3 as well. And then one of the most basic Horns plays that you can run against a man specifically is down screens from players 4 and 5. 2 and 3 will lift. If there's a switch or a mismatch, one of these guys may roll off, and now player 1 has a few different options to be able to hit. Depending on who he hits, this should be a 3, this should be a 3, this should be a layup. This can also, randomly, weirdly enough, can actually work against a zone too. So against a zone, what happens is you'll be screening these guys down here. 2 and 3 will be lifting up, and this has only happened once ever in my entire years of coaching and running this play, which is, to be honest, only 3 years or 4 years I've ran this play. But these guys, sometimes, once only, open up the middle. Never happens, but happened once. What happens a lot, though, is when we get that pass out to this wing, this guy's supposed to be shadowing that man. Defense shifts, player 4 pops out, that's a 3. The other option, player 4 goes down, sets a screen on player 5, 1 goes to the corner, this becomes a 3. I hope that this video helps you, and I hope that these plays help your team win more games. If they do, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my Horns playbook that is down in the description below, but also make sure to go check out my complete guide to the 5-out offense that is down there as well. I'll see you guys again in my next video.